Welcome to my editing hub. Yeah, okay. I feel like for my homegirls, you know what I'm talking about, but I feel like whenever I'm in luteal phase, I do not care what is on or not on my face. I am comfortable, and that's where I'm at. Here's random concert thoughts. This is my little segment next to my bear. My bear is named Sir Henryton. And listening to Student One's music to kind of be inspired. I normally do this at my desk, but I feel like for you guys, I'll make this work. This was like my first time photographing at book club try. I've always heard of it, but never actually been here before. Oh, I'm excited. Sorry if you hear my like dehumidifier. We need it to keep our books dry in this little library. Because this was the first band. At the moment, I will do my research later, but at the moment I'm trying to remember everyone's names because there was 4 groups. It was kind of an interesting mix because it started off like really rock, which I loved, and then honestly the lead singer for whatever reason reminded me of Chester, if you know, you know, from Linkin Park, which is ironic because we live in Chicago, so Linkin Park. Yeah, I believe this band was from Michigan. This is so cool. My first kind of like review-ish as I edit photos. It was such a cool vibe. These photos are cool because he like went into the crowd. I always applaud artists who, hey, we don't know what the vibe is, but we're gonna try to make the vibe. And I do like that he was really, really trying to put himself out there to like make the vibe happen. This is like the first time I've been able to achieve my like staple signature in camera technique with the glow on my new camera, my Sony that you're on right now. And I'm still trying to figure out, you know, like focusing on this because that's also hard, but I got this to a point where it actually looks like, oh, okay, like I still have my glow, my shine. It's finally been a few days and is it raining? I'm like so shocked by rain. There's been a huge like heat wave and it's been horrible. Anyway, editing me here. It's finally been like a weekish and I finally am able to like piece together everything that has happened because I'm trying to edit and in my brain nothing is making any sense whatsoever. First band was Jazzno. See, this was my issue. Normally when I go to shows I literally write down like, I don't know, like take a picture of their set list or figure out, you know, what kind of energy the songs were trying to be. I kind of just went into this show, I just want to be surprised, to be honest, since it was the first time in a long time where I got to like review a show, and not only just taking photos, but I'm pretty sure Jazzno did like songs from their Teeth. No. I guess, well, I feel like they did music from their latest, it's not LP, EP. Again, I recommend if you love like kind of techno rock, again, like I said, gives me not Paramore, well, I guess if you want to like put that up there, but I guess Linkin Park energy. So I do recommend if you love Linkin Park.
Two hops this time. Slide to the right. Declan Stratford on the cha-cha slide, everybody.
I know the first group, because there wasn't like a lot of people, but still like enough people. I know the lead singer had said that this was their second time performing at this venue. Okay, and then I believe like did like a little tribute to book club try, because they've been there before.
Specifically, you, book club. Thank you. The song is called Cold Light, and I hope you like You said you wanted something you can wrap your head around. People jumping, we don't touch the ground. It's right here, it's called.
But it was cool. Their photographer was also a vibe, because she was just very bubbly and like promoting them, like woohoo. I was like a really big fan of theirs, and then they played a song for her because she loved the song so much. I thought that was really cool. I think especially as a photographer and you are repping their work with your photos and stuff like that, so it's kind of like you know, why not be their biggest fan, you know? Because I get that way with a lot of musicians that I've either worked with or just photographed. I'm like, I am your biggest fan, so I will try to capture that love through my lens, you know? Or even if I like haven't even like heard of a person before, I still am like, okay, what's one thing that I love about their music right now? I think, for example, like Champions, I just loved how much energy they had, especially because it was getting late. But also, this is musician lifestyle, so, but it was getting late. It was interesting though. It started off with like this rock, and then like the middle part was like rap.
That was giving bleak. My mama now just happy to see me once in the calendar year. And you bashing how my calculus weird. Stop the counting, I'm just trying to build a balance in here. I've been slow when I was 20, barely rapping for money. Who's controlling my bachelors when local backends was funny? I've been in this for a minute, twin. My first love was this Guatemalan Dominican. I was 17, so heavily into women then. Dated her at 20, by 21 we just friends again.
I just love this. Is gonna be like probably a whole editing section, because again, I'm trying to edit this and it's bursting my brain. Finally figured out who the second guy's name was. Crash Prez. I swear I looked at the marquee before I went to the show, but then like in the moment of the show, after the show, totally forgot. I think I was just more so like, okay, how's the performance? But like, oh god, what was everyone's names? Crash Prez was amazing because first he was being like hyped up by like Student One and like and all their friends, and his DJ, which, okay, that unfortunately I don't know his DJ's name, I forgot. He would like sing songs about like just basically, you know, making everyone self-aware of like what's going on in the world. Yeah, his last song was about Free Palestine. He was like, Free Palestine, and it was like such a, I don't want to keep saying vibe. Again, I need new verbs for this. I swear my writing is better than me talking. Talking is kind of everything. Okay, literally a vibe. I need to stop just saying that and be serious. the guy, he literally was like, guys, it's Juneteenth. And he looked at me like, you know, like he saw it in my eyes, like, you know, you know, black people, we get it. I think he does a lot of like quick lyric raps, and then something that, I don't know, just like feels a lot deeper, that I do feel like, I don't know, I would love to do a whole deep dive. Sorry if you hear my boyfriend's like playing Mario Kart and having a good time, so he's laughing. Again, I wish I did more research before the show, because I think that would help me ultimately be like, oh, okay, he like played this song from like this album. But I think a lot of like going to shows sometimes is just experiencing it live firsthand, and then seeing how much you love it live, and then coming back and be like, oh, okay, let me like listen to the studio version, which is really cool. That's in a separate video that I've already posted. You could hear more about me talk about that. So yeah, found out actually he was actually from Chicago. I don't know if he still lives here. Anyway, but that'd be cool. I would be down to like see him again. I honestly told my boyfriend, because he likes a lot of rap artists, and especially he's gotten into like artists that actually were from Chicago. Unfortunately, some of them have passed away, but basically I had told him, I was like, okay, I think that you would really enjoy this, because he is very much someone who loves like raps with like kind of deeper meanings and stuff like that. I'm kind of the same way, and maybe it's just like a poetry thing, or maybe it's just like life reflects art, or art reflects, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know, if there were like, say like more protests going on and things like that, and I feel like he should definitely make a show and like incorporate some of these lyrics. I'm looking at a song right now that says fascists don't cry, and you're right, they don't. Kind of spooky.
What do we see you on my release? Keep sneezing on my flesh. You don't show your cheeks by your rain, so we go death with death. Niggas over years ago, I took the tearing up the set. Put overgrown and bone, I chose myself to place my cat. Then a severance, credit card, I love you. Thinking of you too is overdue. What a mess. No, you're not alone, sick of living in distress. Alone could be cold, so be blessed. I'm 90, Rose in Montego, ring caking. I'm swapping link for a drink at the G station. I'ma need more to keep waiting to be patient. Don't want my parents to die, for I heard them say he made it. Nothing's ever promised tomorrow today. And not the globe, I'm the only one all in my way. So when the evil meets me, and I can't keep peace, don't wonder why I can't breathe deep.
One point, there was this one guy in this like baseball cap on backwards. He was just vibing to anything. He was, oh my gosh, he was gone, but he was having so much fun. He was like getting down with the rap, but then also at the same time like, yeah. But it was funny because every time I was like behind him, he kept blocking my view. So I was like, oops, well, sir, I didn't want to get the back of your head, but here we are. I realized up until this moment, I haven't really photographed a lot of like rap. I've done some rap, but it was kind of like, okay, they kind of like pull away from the mic and then do whatever, or like interact with the crowd and stuff like that. I feel like a lot of these photos are very mic mouth heavy. And trying to like navigate that, especially like with how dark it is at this venue. After, you know, like working in like big venues, I feel like lately I've been going back to smaller venues, because there's something, I think especially with a new camera, there's something so challenging about that's like, all right, let's get your practice in. Let's it was such a fun time. Then went back to rock with this band called The Champions. And I met the main guy because when I first got there, I didn't know who anyone was. And at low-key, I was kind of a little anxious. Like, I knew Student 1 was performing, obviously. I did know how many bands were performing. I just didn't know, like, what anyone looked like, and everyone was kind of running around getting ready. No, he was really cool. I felt bad because I literally kept seeing him, like, around in this, like, jumpsuit, and it gave me very, like, UPS vibes. He had these, like, cool, like, sunglasses on, and I'm like, who is this dude? But I was talking to another photographer who's so sweet, and he actually was working with the band, and then he had come up to us, and then I was like, oh, hey. And he was so nice and thanked me for, like, coming out and taking photos. I was like, sure thing. Because honestly, I genuinely like getting to know, like, new bands and, like, what they're about, sort of thing. So I was just happy to be there.
It's your last chance to dance with champions tonight, y'all. Did y'all have a good time? Did you all
Their music was like super rock. There was like parts of it that were like, yeah, and to the point like it would like pinch my ears. But you know that's good rock when it pinches your ears. Don't go deaf. But I love that, like, the pianist guy, he was honestly like the hype man for the group. He was just like, all right, because this is like the third group of the night, and he was like, all right, guys, come up to the stage. There were so many different times. There was like, was it like the sound engineer would come up and scream, and he's like, move up, because everyone would kind of be so far away from the stage. And I get it, because sometimes I get angsty. I think especially from like an audience member standpoint to like the artist, it kind of feels like, oh, here's this like big person. I don't know how to do that. I mean, I know there's people that, you know, shoot their shot. Like, you go get it. I mean, the pianist dude was like, move up, let's go. And then always had a tambourine, was dancing around the stage. It was really, really cool. I really wish I had like better verbs and things like this. And maybe this is why I'm not writing. They were advertising, they were doing a show in Chicago. Are they also from Michigan? Am I just assuming everyone's from Michigan? Obviously, Student 1 is from Minnesota, so we got that part.
Yeah, that's it. Alright, this next song is called Atrophy.
Hold up! If you all ain't busy tomorrow, we have a secret surprise show tomorrow at noon on the Chicago River.
Actually, it's funny. I didn't know. I had to use the bathroom at one point, and I didn't know that the guitarist with the red shirt was the one that passed me in the bathroom, and now I know. But I also can't believe the jumpsuit, found out later, the jumpsuit was suede, which I love suede. It's such a 70s vibe. Yeah, even the main guy was like, yeah, maybe not the best to sweat in, but we'll still do it. It was kind of crazy towards the end of the night. I was trying to like upload all my stuff to my phone because I didn't know you could do that. And basically everything uploaded as JPEGs, so I couldn't really delete anything off of my camera, which sucked because that's all I wanted to do to save room. But oh wait, I found a photo of a guy who had a champion shirt on. I just noticed that. That's actually really sweet. Yeah, they had a pretty big turnout. I'm kind of always curious, like, how everyone was booked. Because it was just, like, I don't say a double whammy, but triple, quadruple whammy? I don't know how to call that. There he is. You can see that. It was very dark. They started off, like little raps here and there, and then he, like, went to auto-tune.
Yeah, can I get hands up in the air? The world's cruel and we excuse it. It'll try to confuse you too, so don't you lose it. Getting older, so it's trying to take my bread now. Some niggas learn too much, all them niggas dead now. One niggas still with the food, Gazzy in the Fed now. Fetty up for nothing, the shittier, I'm wittier. All zone them out, bitch, I'm Forrest Whitaker. I'ma make them Forrest Gump. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure.
I'm still in the process of, like, listening to his album, so I can kind of get, like, a consensus of, like, his show, like, what his lyrics are about, like, what his process was like what is his name relevant to, like, learning about life sort of thing. And he looks pretty young, so, like, or just learning his craft and then putting it out there. You know, I'm always so curious about these things. Just seemed like a really friendly dude. And then at one point he was like, guys, if you want to party, if you want to dance, this song's for you. And then, so it kind of shifted from, like, being trapped to be like, and then I was like, yeah, even though I was exhausted. And yeah, and then basically said that his album was already out, because at that point it was, like, nearing midnight-ish, so even if it came out, like, the next day, it was pretty much out. I'm always just curious, like, how he came up, like, with the beats and things like that. It was very, like, trap heavy, which I don't really listen to a lot of, like, trap.
One day I opened your mind up, I found an Oscar. One day I read you like a book, you an imposter. I'm laughing in the shadows of my clique. It'll cost a gnome. You'll click the imaginary friends and the foster home. Hands up, close up. Bells everywhere around my town. 3 in my chest, dubbing on my friend events. That's me at my best. I was in the middle of a journey, got really depressed. I relocated from off the wall, but I'll see it again.
I do feel bad though, like, during student one set, I felt like a lot of people were just, like, randomly talking. You know, like, when, I mean, that's already is enough, like, when an introductory person, not introductory person, the opener! When the opener comes on, I feel bad for them, because it's like, as an artist, you're being vulnerable and, like, blah blah blah, and if people don't know you, then they just keep talking over you, or, like, there's not as many people yet, so that's nerve-wracking. So I honestly applaud him for, like, going through, I guess, the people, even though he wasn't the opener, but, like, going through the people that, like, were talking so much. Watch the show. There's a bar upstairs. Go to the bar and talk. Okay, this is day a million of trying to edit this in this heat wave. I'm at Ube Caramel Coffee. Oh, my cat's pooping. If you hear that, she's pooping. Her review is not mine. So even though she's in the litter box and maybe she thinks it's poop, those are not my thoughts. My cat is not a part of this review. As much as, like, I did like certain aspects. I do think first starting off is a little bit rough, in my opinion. I don't know. I think it was just because like the energy, I know people were like kind of leaving, going in and out, or even talking. I just felt like it kind of just went like immediately like into stuff, and I think he was trying to have like a bond with the audience, but it, you know, like when the audience is just kind of like obtuse, where it's like, let me stand like 10 feet, not like literally, but I just guess like emotionally or whatever. I definitely give him props, like trying to handle that. Get your muffler fixed, dude. Okay, now that he's done, I still hear him down the street. What is that? Again, like once he got to like the dance part of the set, it kind of like lightened up a little bit more. And then I did like that he was just randomly asking like different questions to the audience, like if you were this or if you did that, like then which this or that like would you be? I don't know. I mean that's not verbatim. I can't think of the questions he was asking, like, you know, like what kind of character would you be, or like kind of, you know, like different scenarios and stuff like that, like in between songs, I guess, just to like have some sort of connection with the audience. I guess like the energy in general felt off. I think especially like after watching the first 3 sets, because again it was near midnight, I just felt like it was kind of off. And I feel like the main reason I really wanted to try, and because I don't really listen to trap, so, or it's kind of like auto-tune vibe, I guess. But the main reason I really wanted to try and see his show, not only just because I was invited, I looked at his like music videos, and I think they intrigued me, because I was like, okay, like there's potential here to be like, oh, alright, this could be like a cool show. He could like tell so many stories and things like that. Again, for me, I don't know like a lot of lyrics until like I listen to it like on Spotify and stuff, so it was hard for me to kind of follow while I was there. Towards the end, I like left early, a little bit early, just because I needed to get home, because the trains, it's not like New York. The trains don't run all the time. Plus, I don't like being out super duper late because of safety reasons. For the most part, I think I more so applaud like his effort to keep going and like do his thing. And I guess I thought it was okay. Like his performance again was really good, and I could tell where his heart is at. His talent as a whole is good. Like he has rhythm. I could tell, you know, like where his stories are at, and I do like that. I guess like a lot of like rap or trap and stuff is usually about like not only just deeper stuff, but say like a lot of like sex and things like that. So I do like that his touches on like mental health and just, I guess, being in this world. I don't know how to like put that. I think I just wish the energy was different. I don't know if it's more so just a stage presence thing. He was like going around in circles, like around this like pole thing, which is kind of a weird place to put a pole, honestly. That's the only qualm with, I guess, the venue. I'm like, that's bizarre, but okay. I know personally I would be like, okay, I feel like a little bit like nervous and stuff like that, and then, you know, like the nerves kind of come off. So like maybe he was just trying to get in the groove of things. Yeah, I kind of wish I was able to kind of see him at another show, just so I can be like, oh, okay, like maybe it was just like this place, this night just was like an off night or something. I don't know. I feel like when I watch performers, I have this weird intuition of like, okay, how are they really doing? And I don't know if it just comes from like where I used to be, where I used to perform, whether it was music or dance and things like that, and then now that I'm like on the other side of that and like watching everyone, I don't know, like sometimes I can sense nerves, and then I can see them like start to come into their own. If I'm like so far off, then this is gonna be embarrassing for me. That was just my intuition. And again, this also may just be like, maybe, because I will listen to anything. Maybe the music just didn't click for me or build like a deeper connection to me than like I thought it would. This is what I don't like about reviews. It's like, if I thought it was okay, I don't want to come off as like awful. I do feel like, you know, it's up to you. Like, I would recommend just to go see him. I definitely recommend like the other 3 artists before also. I enjoy all of their work because I feel like, again, even with not that many people in the crowd and stuff, they brought so much to the table. So I can't wait to see like where they take that. I also love during the show, Student One's friends also like very much hyped him up. I was like, yeah, let's go. You know, in life, all you really need is friends. So as long as like he had a great day, that's all that matters to me. It's not easy being a musician, like, and you have to like bare your soul and blah blah blah. I think the heat's getting to my head. I'm tired, and it's super loud in here because all the ACs are on full blast, and I'm sorry for all the audio in this video because it's horrendous. It's making me upset. I realized that in my other footage, I don't even know what that other footage is. I was supposed to be a whole segment of like me having random concert thoughts, but it turned into like a babbling, jumbling mess. Like, I had serious brain fog that day. I just want to end this. Okay, that sounds so sad. No, I just want to end this video. I just want to thank Big Hassle for having me out, especially Nomi. I hope I'm saying your name correctly. I want to thank them for having me out here because this is really cool. I know they had asked me to do a show for like Daisy Chain like a year ago, and I thoroughly enjoyed getting to interview them and getting to know the band. And plus, oh my gosh, that show blew me away, honestly. This is kind of like off key, but I also, in recommending artists from Big Hassle, I also recommend Daisy Chain. Just listen. Definitely check out Big Hassle Records in New York, New York. And any artists that they have. I feel like I'm still discovering artists from them, so take me to the next show. I would like to see more. I am going to go swelter in this heat. Okay, bye. Hands up, hands up, hands up. Hands up, hands up, hands up.